Love music, love talk, love Wycombe Sound.
Monday Movies on Wycombe Sound 106.6 FM.
Cool.
That's nice.
Amy took that. That's Marlowe.
All right.
I took this one.
In Marlowe.
In Marlowe.
Both great photos. It's not a competition.
Yeah, but you didn't say mine was great, but you said his was.
Tis was.
Well, no, he just changed his. I said both at the beginning. They were great, and then he just changed his.
Okay.
He's just going to change.
Wow, that's terrible.
Whoa, that is absolutely breathtaking.
Wait, hang on. Duncan, move out of the way.
Did you take that yourself?
Yes.
Hang on, look. And here's another angle of it.
Look, same church.
That is. One's on
Da-da-da-da-da.
a dreary day, one's on a nice day.
Yeah.
One's a better photo than the other. Right, shall we start?
Go back to that. Can't argue with that one.
No.
do it.
Okay, here we go. Good.
Oh, ha, we here?
Oh ha.
Are we on?
Sorry, did you say oh ha?
No. Oh, ha, are we on?
Oh ha.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Welcome to what could be the penultimate Monday No Movies.
No.
Welcome to not the penultimate Monday Movies.
Whatever the word is for the one before penultimate. The penultimate. Penultimate.
The one before penultimate.
Yeah, it's that one. It's that.
Good.
Hi.
Right, there we go. Hello.
How is everybody?
Good, thank you.
Good?
Yeah.
Excellent stuff.
Look, we're all here this week. Duncan's there.
I know.
Toby's down here. We're all here.
You're over there.
And I'm here. Hi.
Over there. Yeah, good. So we got a show.
We've got a show.
We have.
We have got a show, which is good.
What's the content of the show?
Content of the show, we got film news, we got what we've been watching, stuff like 7500, Snowpiercer, 13th, Mission Impossible 4,
Game
Children of Men, Blended,
Skyfall.
and Skyfall.
Skyfall. And
Missing
games.
mine again.
Oh, I was leaving yours till last,
Oh, right. Of course you are.
building up to the best stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liar. And we have
Absolutely.
a mystery top 10.
And we've got a mystery top 10, but that'll be in the podcast at the end.
The extras, as they're called.
Yeah, podcast extras.
Extra.
Extra. Read all about it.
Read all about it. And we had we should mention, and we'll mention it at the beginning of the show as well.
Must we?
That actually, we'll mention it in the extras. We'll save it for later.
What we meant? I don't even know what you're talking
Well,
about.
you'll have to wait and find out, won't you?
Okay, it's like producing as we go.
I know,
This
it's how
is
I roll.
radio on the hoof.
On the hoof.
On the hoof. Okay then, well let's do a show. Toby, kick us off.
It's Monday. No movies. Let's start the show.
Good evening, it's 7 o'clock on Monday evening. I'm Duncan Strip. I am joined by Luke Davis and Toby Stubbs for another hour of film chat and conversation brought to you by your friendly, socially distanced people at Wycombe Sound.
Hello.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How are we both?
Good, thank you. How are
Yeah.
you?
Okay. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Good.
Lockdown is easing, everybody.
It's
are we all
starting
making
to-
the most of
It is.
going out and about?
I went
Yes.
for a little walk yesterday.
Very good. Well done. Your little
Yeah.
legs going up the hill there.
They
Lovely.
hurt.
Did they?
They did in the evening. Yep.
Where did you go? Somewhere nice.
We went to West Wycombe.
Very nice.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
Up to the dome.
The mausoleum and the Golden Ball. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always nice to visit a mausoleum when you've got a few spare minutes, isn't it? It's a cheerful day out. What about you, Mr. Stubbs? Have you been out and about in Gerrard's Cross?
Yeah, just walking, running, cycling,
Featured in music videos.
featuring music videos. Yeah.
Yes. Do you want to tell us about that? You were in a music video on Facebook.
Yeah, well, so a band called Nothing But Thieves, they were making because of the lockdown, they were making a solitude session of one of their songs called Sorry, and they just said, look, send in clips of you either singing or playing drums or playing guitar or whatever, dancing to the song, and we'll try and put it in. So I sent in a clip and didn't really think anything of it, and then when they came out with the video, I was on there, so it was pretty cool.
Big question for you. Did you send in both you singing, which is featured in the video, and drumming, or just singing?
No, well, because they said you could only send in one clip from one email address. So
Okay.
So no, I just
You
sent in the one.
well done you for not being greedy.
Well, good for you. If you want to see that, if you really want to see that, it's on
Yeah.
Facebook. If you go to the 12
I'm only
Hour
in-
Avenue Facebook page, it's there for everyone to see.
Nice bit of cross-plugging there. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Did he pay you for that?
Thank you.
Yes, he is. My bill is in the post. If you want to watch us live, you can. We're not just audible, we're visual because
working.
we're now live on YouTube and Facebook. You can see us. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
And if you want to get in touch, you can. You can WhatsApp us on 01494 449900. We are at Wycombe Sound on Twitter. You go to facebook.com/Wixo Monday Movies, or you can email us mondaymovies@wicombesound.org.uk.
Or you can comment on the live chat because I have it up, so I'm looking at comments.
Excellent. I look forward to it. Please, no comments on our appearance. Just comments on the content of the show would be lovely.
And if you can agree with...
comment on our backdrops.
Yeah.
Just not us, because obviously we don't look great. Well, Toby looks like a cool rock star.
Yeah.
But
I don't. I really don't.
You do.
Thank
Annoyingly,
you.
your hair dyeing still looks good.
No, honestly, I think if you saw me in person, you'd think differently. The cameras make it look very different.
Okay.
But I am dyeing it back.
Well, you never know. One day we may be able to see you in person again, Toby.
Maybe.
One day.
Maybe.
When if I live that long.
Duncan.
Yeah.
What's coming up on the show?
We have got a mystery top 10. We may have to, if we don't have time for it, we'll put it into the podcast extras. We've got reviews of what we've been watching, which will include The Imagineering Story, 7500, Snowpiercer, Children of Men, and Skyfall. Skyfall. And we will have some film news, which is what we will start with.
Ooh.
Okay.
We have some breaking film news, sad film news. Joel Schumacher has just passed away. It's just been announced in the last couple of minutes. I'll tell you, because I know you two know who he is. He is the director of St. Elmo's Fire, The Lost Boys, Flatliners, A Time to Kill, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, and the big screen version of The Phantom of the Opera with Gerard Butler.
Some very big films there.
Yeah, he hasn't made a film since... I think he directed a couple of episodes of House of Cards on Netflix, but apart from that, he hadn't made a film since 2011. He was 80 years old, and he has passed away in the last few minutes. So sorry to start with some sad news.
Yeah.
But for someone like me who grew up in the 80s, I kind of grew up watching Joel Schumacher films, so it is quite sad. Although he is credited as being the person who destroyed the Batman franchise. Because after Batman and Robin, it was a long time before Christopher Nolan came along and resurrected the franchise. But still, he will be missed.
He will, indeed, yes.
Yes. So film news, if you would like some.
I would love some film news,
Would
please.
you love some?
Give me some film news.
Well, the first bit of film news we've got, we can thank Tracy Huxley for, because she sent this piece of film news. Thank you very much. Excuse me. It's not film news about her, obviously, but
she's in a film. Tracy's in a film.
No, she's not in a film. She sent us this bit of film news. I had seen it. It's about a film that was made with a zero budget,
right,
and it topped the US box office. So
I saw about
a writer
this.
and a writer and a filmmaker, James. I was going to say James Cameron and Steven Spielberg. That's just the first line of the article. It's not them at all. It was Eric Tabak, who is an actor and YouTuber, filmmaker Christian Nilsson. One's in Pennsylvania and one's in New York City. They decided they would make a kind of horror-y kind of Zoom film, so like we're doing. So they wrote a 30-minute film. And when I read the headline, I thought, oh, that's good. So they actually got it into cinemas and people bought tickets. It wasn't quite like that. It's a 30-minute film, and they booked out a cinema.
Right, okay.
So they were the only two people in there actually watching it, but they had to pay for all the seats.
Oh.
So it's not quite the news that you think it is.
No.
Yeah, so they made a 30-minute film. They bought all the seats for the whole day in the cinema, and but it will be recognised on Box Office Mojo and all the official sites that they did have the top box office film of the week. For that particular week.
And for a very long time as well.
Cinemas, we'll talk about that in a bit, but cinemas will be opening in America very soon.
Yes.
In the next couple of weeks. But we will talk about that in just a second. Let's talk about it now.
Go on then. Tell us about it.
Cinemas are all reopening. Cinemas in the UK are going to open from the 6th of July. I think that's for Odeon and View. And Cineworld are going to be opening from the 10th of July. The first big film that they're going to get to screen, it won't be until the 24th. and that's the new version of Mulan, which has been delayed. That's the first one that's going to be released. But to give the film, to give cinemas a boost, they've been given access to 450 films,
including
library
Star Wars.
films, including Star Wars.
In 4K.
Yes. Yeah, it's the collection is called Relaunching Cinema: Content for Recovery, and it's a library which includes all-time classics, award winners, best of British, big screen spectacle, and there'll also be titles under the headings BAME and LGBT and women in film. So you've got stuff like Back to the Future trilogy, The Dark Knight, and the other 2 Christopher Nolan films, the Matrix trilogy, all the Harry Potter films, the Hunger Games, Twilight movies, as well as films that came to cinemas just before lockdown and only had a week or so in there. So you've got Trolls World Tour, Misbehaviour, Military Wives, Sonic, Onward, Bloodshot, Emma, Calm with Horses, as well as recent Oscar winners. So Parasite, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
2 questions for you.
Question.
First question is, they're releasing Star Wars in 4K. Is any of the Wycombe cinemas 4K ready?
I haven't got a clue.
Be interesting.
Haven't got a
Don't think
clue.
there are many that are 4K ready, but I might be wrong. But do you think then the films such as Sonic, which is that on premium VOD at the minute?
It's just normal now.
Is it just normal now?
Yeah.
I take my comment back. Never mind.
Why were you going to say?
I was going to say,
how the hell can they charge £13?
Yeah, I can go to the cinema for 10. No.
I mean, I don't know what they'll be charging.
Right. Okay.
For these to go to the cinema to see the old films, whether it will be like a special price to get people back into the cinemas. The guy who owns Cineworld and other franchises across the world
are available.
No, he owns. Cineworld is part of his company, so there are other
Isn't
cinema
AMC
chains.
one of them as well?
I'm not sure if AMC is
Not
one.
sure.
But he has said now, he did an interview with Screen International today, and he said Cineworld will all be opening on July the 10th, and you will not require masks. So it will not be mandatory to wear a mask unless the government stipulate that you have to.
Find out tomorrow.
Which goes against actually what AMC said. So AMC told people in America last week that you wouldn't have to, they're not going to ask people to wear masks in the cinemas because they don't want it to become a political point. A load of people pointed out that wearing a mask is nothing to do with politics, it's to do with health and hygiene. So they've backtracked on that and now they're insisting on masks. So you've got, not everyone's,
Singing from the same sheet.
doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Yes, not everyone's singing from the same hymn sheet. I mean, if I go, I'll be wearing a mask.
Yeah, I mean, I
Personally.
think as we said, I think it was off air on drive time. Sneaky feeling that it might be, not to put people off getting food and drink. Whereas if you're wearing a mask, it's a little bit,
Yes.
Same for the pubs.
Yeah, so they say that tomorrow Boris is going to announce that it's going to go down to 1 metre or 1 metre plus, which means you have to do other things. So it might be that for pubs and restaurants, it's 1 metre, but you have to wear a mask. But how will that work? Because you're not going to stand at a bar, just keep taking your mask down every few seconds to take a swig. So it's a bit strange.
Unless they're going to say, the bar area is, this isn't Monday pub watch or anything, but maybe, you won't be able to drink at the bar. You'll have to drink in a booth or away from. Yes?
Yeah. In London, Soho, is it all going wrong?
You're fine, keep going.
In London, Soho, Shaftesbury Avenue, and all those areas are being pedestrianised so that all the bars and restaurants can have tables outside in the summer to make it easier for them. So talk amongst yourselves.
Okay, very, very interesting. Toby, what do you because we said this a couple of weeks ago, do you think you'll go to the cinema and will you be wearing a mask?
I mean, I'd like to. I mean, I'd like to go and see the new Christopher Nolan film, but mask. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to kind of gauge it and see. I mean, I'd maybe bring one with me just in case.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, I am going to try and go to the cinema next month if I can. But yeah, I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, see, I don't think. I mean, I'm in the thing that I'm quite happy just to stay here and not go anywhere. Really, as Duncan points out every time he talks to me. Yes.
I've got to say, for you two, it's not really a problem.
No,
because
cinema?
you rarely went
What's
to the
that?
cinema anyway. So,
but it has the same things like going to shops and things like that.
yes.
Is there going to be another second wave?
I mean, I'll be
No
there.
one knows.
I'll be there on Mulan's opening day and Tenet's opening day. watching the film.
So
But at my usual time when there was never anybody in the cinema anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that does mean that Monday No Movies finishes, and it will just be normal Monday movies.
Yeah, it'll just be Monday movies. Back
Yeah,
to Monday
back to
movies.
Monday
yeah.
movies.
Who knows? We might be back in the studio.
It'd be horrible to
some
see.
point.
Nice to see.
It'll be lovely,
It'd be
won't
lovely
it?
to see.
Absolutely lovely.
Absolutely.
So anyway, that's cinemas reopening July the 6th and July the 10th, barring any second spike in the next 2 weeks.
Very good.
Good.
Very good. Excuse me. Casting news now. There will be a new film coming out in the next couple of years about Princess Diana, the last days of Princess Diana. We've had one before, but we're going to have another one. Guess who's going to be playing Princess Diana?
I have no idea, Duncan. Tell me.
Thank you for reading Monday Movies Facebook page.
I was, but I don't want to ruin your news story.
It is Kristen Stewart.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think she would have been at all the person I would have picked.
No. Sorry, it's not about the last days of her life. It's about her breakup with Prince Charles.
Still wouldn't be
so
the
it's gonna
person
be-
I picked.
It's going to be set in the early 90s, and it's going to be written by Stephen Knight, who is the scriptwriter of Peaky Blinders. So maybe she's going to be walking around with a flat cap and a knife. Maybe he's going in a
different
whole new direction. with
alternative
Princess
reality.
Diana. Yeah, it's Princess Diana, serial killer. I don't know. But yeah, so no, it's not who I would have chosen for the role.
I don't know who I would have picked, if I'm honest, but she wouldn't be the one that I would have picked.
She
If
doesn't.
that makes sense.
Yeah, when you look at her, she doesn't scream Princess Diana, does she?
No. No, I don't know. Not sure who I would have picked. Is Kristen Stewart's not... Is she English?
No, she's American.
No. So first of all, I would have picked someone from England.
Well, the last person who played, of course, was Naomi Watts, and she's Australian.
True. Okay, fair comment. Yeah, I'm not sure who I would have picked. That's a... But not Kristen Stewart.
Okay, well, I'll let them know.
If you could just let them know.
No,
What are you doing?
Sequel news now, and you'll like this, Luke. Because, you might like it if she's in it. Mamma Mia 3
I hear...
may be coming out. They may be making a third one because 2 just wasn't enough.
I mean, to be fair, the second one was better than the first one.
No, you're completely
No,
wrong there.
you're
because
wrong.
Because there was very little Meryl Streep in the second one.
Yeah, but I laughed. I cried every time I watched 2 out of laughter because of Julie Walters.
I can see the look on Toby's face. He doesn't give a flying hoot about
No, I'm listening. I'm
this, do
listening.
you?
I'm listening.
Well, kind of your job is to contribute, Toby. You know,
Okay.
Toby,
we've got listeners.
Toby,
gonna be a-
did you like
sorry.
Mamma Mia?
It was okay. I mean, it's not really my kind of thing, but I mean, there's a third one coming out. Great for the fans, but for me,
It's another film.
yeah. I mean,
He's not a fan.
He's not a fan, is he?
No,
He's
He's not an
not
ABBA
really.
fan, is he?
I'm not saying that.
He's not an ABBA fan.
No.
I'm not going to race to the cinema to go and see it.
No.
Okay.
If Julie Walters is in it, I will be there.
Yeah.
If not, I don't care. Because Angel Eyes, every time I watch that, I just cry with laughter. She's hilarious. Love you, Julie.
Well, they think the rumor is going to concentrate on Cher's character.
Oh, I don't care now.
Oh, okay.
Because I laugh at Cher every time, but for the wrong reasons.
Oh, okay. That's the yeah.
Why? What are they going to do with that?
I presume they think that she's the reason the second one was the huge hit that it was.
No, it was
but we
Julie
know
Walters.
the reason was Julie Walters singing.
Julie
Angel Eyes.
Walters, yeah.
Obviously.
I saw
yes,
that about
of
4
course.
times, I think.
Did you?
I think so, yeah.
Not at the cinema.
Yeah, at the cinema.
Oh, well, you know it's on Netflix from this week.
Is it? Oh,
Yes.
brilliant. If you hear someone laughing in the Wycombe area, it's me. It's great. I love it. I quote bits of it just daily.
Do you?
Yeah, I love the film. It's great.
There is something very wrong with you, isn't there? Very wrong.
Very
with you.
wrong, yeah.
Anyway, so Mamma Mia 3, possibly. Obviously, this and the Princess Diana one, goodness knows when we're going to get them.
No.
Oh.
Oh, he's
Oh.
gone.
End of this year, beginning of next year. So,
What was I going to say? What a question, Duncan.
yeah.
Tell me what you think about me.
What do you think they're going to call the third one? Because the second one was called Here We Go Again. So the third one could be...
Third time lucky.
That's not
On
an
and
abs-
on?
It's not on and on. I mean, that's-
Mamma Mia 3, on and on and on.
on and on and on. Yeah,
That works.
That would work.
Mamma Mia 3, the third one takes it all.
Hey, there we go. Nicely done.
Yeah, I'm trying. I have to have a think. I never thought about that.
No.
Yeah, they've got to get an ABBA hit in there somewhere, haven't they?
You have until the podcast extras later on to work out what it is.
Okay, I'm going to have to Google a list of ABBA songs now and see if anything fits.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll have some more film news at the end of the show and probably a bit more in the podcast extras. But coming up next, what we've been watching.
Love music.
Welcome back to Monday Movies here on Wycombe Sound. It's 21 minutes past 7. Luke, Duncan and Toby here with you through until 8 o'clock. Hello.
Hello.
Colin will be here after the news at 8 o'clock for Chatsworth, and hopefully he will join us at some point to tell us what's coming up.
Because nobody
Always
knows.
good to speak to Colin.
We have no idea what's coming up on the show.
Colin knows.
Well, we hope so.
We hope Colin knows,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, now it's time for this.
What we've been watching.
With a double echo.
There's an echo. Yeah, nice little
I
echo
like
for you
that.
there.
I'm going to toss a coin. Toss a coin between you two to see who goes first. Toby, heads or tails?
Tails.
It's heads. Luke, would you like to go first?
No, I went first last week.
Okay, Toby.
Let's let Toby go first.
Let's do Mission Impossible. You've watched Mission Impossible 4.
Mission Impossible 4. So, this came out in 2011, and it stars Tom Cruise, obviously. He's got much longer hair, which I'm not used to because he normally keeps his hair quite short. Don't know why that makes a difference, but anyway. Simon Pegg, and what is his name? Who plays Hawkeye? I can't remember his name.
Jeremy Renner.
That's the
Thank
one.
you, Jeremy Renner. And it's the same. They've got a mission if they choose to accept it.
Is it impossible?
Is it possible?
Nice. And this one takes place. So if you have seen them, so I haven't actually seen this since I saw it in the cinema when it came out. And this one is most of it is based in Dubai, and it's absolutely crazy because the film is great. There's a lot of humour in it. There's a lot of great action scenes in it. The script is really good. I think the actual mission story is really good. And I really, really enjoyed it watching it again, even though I haven't watched it in 9 years. But I think what tops it off is to think, because I went to Dubai in 2017 and actually went to the Burj Khalifa, and it is honestly so you have to really push your neck back.
Is it still the world's tallest building?
I think so,
Yeah.
or second maybe. But yeah, it's one or two, first or second of the tallest building in the world. But honestly, it's so tall, and to think, I think Tom Cruise did his own stunts, I believe, and he actually did run round the outside, which is honestly like even when I was watching, I was like, I could not do that. So fair play to him. But no, as a film, like if you want something that's action, that's got great comedy, and easy watch, it's really good if you want to put it on. So I highly recommend that.
It is really good.
I think Fallout's probably my favourite still.
Yes.
And then
Fallout is the last one, isn't it?
Yeah, number 8.
Yes.
That's my favourite one, and then I have to say I think number 4, this one, Ghost Protocol, is my second favourite.
I'll be honest.
Please do.
Go on.
I don't know if I've actually seen any Mission Impossible film.
Really?
What?
I don't think. I'm trying to think if I have. I might.
There's 8.
There's 8. I must have seen one of them.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable. Well, you must. I'd tell you to watch one for your homework, but you wouldn't do it, so I'm not going to bother.
I might do.
And where is Mission Impossible 4 available to watch, Toby?
Oh, sorry, Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
On
Okay.
Netflix.
I might
And
watch it.
I think Fallout is on Netflix or
Is it?
Amazon Prime. I think I saw it advertised.
I'll have to have a look.
Till I
I'll
have
watch
it.
is-
that again.
Yeah, that is good. Okay, so that is Mission Impossible 4. And while
While we're on.
watching,
Yes. Hello.
Over to you, Luke.
hi.
Hello. Duncan, you're back now.
Did
It's
you not
fine.
hear anything I said?
No,
Yeah,
no.
I said, well, while we're on the subject of older films that we're rewatching, Luke.
I have watched a film.
Well, yeah, we're all amazed. Go
okay.
on, stop showing off.
I have watched a James Bond film. I have made up the decision that it is my favourite James Bond film, which Duncan probably disagrees with me because he disagrees with everything that I say. And that is Skyfall.
Let the sky fall.
Beautifully done, thank you. 23rd James Bond film. It's the third one to star Daniel Craig. It has the best of the recent theme tunes of the Bond era. Would you agree, Toby, as a musician?
Yeah, I think Skyfall's a great song.
Probably
by Adele.
closely followed by "You Know My Name" by Chris Cornell.
Yeah,
Which
yeah. That's personally my favourite.
Yeah,
but,
it's a close one between those two. It's the last one, sadly, with Judi Dench, who I think is absolutely brilliant throughout the whole of the film. Spoilers if you haven't seen Skyfall before, but it's just a classic James Bond film, really, isn't it?
It is.
Just
It
like
is great.
there's some small details that are just very, of the classic era. And yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. I loved it. It's very good.
Yeah. No, it's
Hey,
very
Luke,
good.
guess what?
What?
I agree with you.
What?
It
That you
is
agree
great,
that it's your
isn't it?
favourite James Bond film?
I think it is my favourite James Bond film. Yes,
Yeah.
I know everybody else. A lot of people seem to think Casino Royale is the best.
I mean,
but
the
I was
opening of
never a huge fan
Casino
of that.
is
Really,
good.
that's my favourite. Casino Royale.
No, get out. The opening.
As usual, Toby, you're wrong.
The opening of Casino is great because they're doing all the free running over the cranes and stuff. But
Yes.
Skyfall always stands out. And
Talking of that opening scene from Casino Royale, if you've not seen it, you should Google it. Just Google "man sweeping floor."
Okay.
No, is that in Quantum of Solace?
Oh, I thought it was at the opening of Casino Royale. I
Nobody
thought.
knows.
Anyway,
I thought-
whichever one it is, Google it,
Just
Luke.
man
It's
sweeping
a
the floor for James Bond. Just
It's a
watch
background artist with a giant broom who's supposed to be sweeping stuff on a building
And
site, and
Yes.
the broom's
It's
not
the-
even touching the floor.
I saw that this week, actually.
Yes.
Funny enough.
The
Yeah.
sound guy must have been like, look, you're making too much noise.
Just pretend.
to do it, and he's lifted it right up.
And Toby, isn't it amazing that people like that doing stuff like that get left in films, and yet you do your job
you get
properly,
cut.
and you
Yeah,
get.
it's a bit awkward.
Yeah, I
But
don't know.
then we've never seen Toby in it, so he might not have been doing his job properly.
Maybe.
Oh, he's gone again. What I was going to say, obviously, it's so good because director is, of course, Sir Sam Mendes. Obviously, not a
Sir Sam Mendes, yeah.
Sam Mendes. Obviously, not director when he did it, but it's a great film. I love it.
I agree. And where can people watch that, Luke?
That was on ITV, so it might be on the ITV hub. Don't know how their films work, if they go on there automatically or not. Good.
Good.
Am I still here?
Yeah, you are. Go.
So we
I
apologise
don't know what
for
it is
any
with your internet at 7
audio
o'clock.
issues, but we are having problems.
Yeah. No, you are. We're not.
Well, my level seems to be completely right, so I don't know why. What's going on?
no
But
idea. Duncan.
Apologies. Yes.
What
What have I been
what have
watching?
you been watching?
Good question. Well, it was an amazing weekend because something happened that's probably never happened before. And no, I didn't pass up food.
Did you wash up?
No. I took a Luke Davis recommendation.
I mean, hang on a second. Hang on. I would like you to say that just one more time so I can clip it.
I haven't said I liked it.
No,
yet.
I know, but this is good enough.
I took a Luke Davis recommendation.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
Okay, so it's something Luke talked about last week, the Imagineering story on Disney Plus, which is the documentary, 8-part documentary, I think.
6-part.
About, is it 6-part? All right, don't have to correct me.
Just
I've
say.
taken your recommendation, and it's a story of the theme parks. And so Disneyland Paris, Disneyland in Florida, and Walt Disney World in wherever that is.
California and the two that are in.
Thank you. So it's 6 parts. We've watched 3 so far.
Okay. Toby, drum roll.
Why a drum roll?
If you like it or not.
Right. Well,
Okay.
on the plus point, as you said,
okay.
it's very detailed. They seem to have filmed even back in the 1950s.
Yeah.
They seem to have a film crew filming absolutely everything all the time. So even the park being built, the first one, there's time lapse of the whole thing virtually going up, which is amazing. They've got interviews with virtually everybody who's worked on the parks who's still alive, audio interviews, library ones with people who have passed away. So it is fascinating. It's fascinating how quickly they put the parks up, for one thing. I was amazed how quick some of these parks went up, which is quite incredible. And so 3 episodes in, really enjoying it.
There's going to be there's a butt coming, isn't there?
You always think there's a bug coming.
Cons. Here
Yes.
it
Here
comes.
they come.
So, yeah,
Here's
3
the 900 cons.
3 parts so far, very entertaining, very informative, and very interesting. My only My only slight criticism is the same criticism that I had with Becoming and the same criticism that I had with Hillary, in that it's not an independent documentary. This was made by Disney Disney.
It's made for Disney, but not by Disney.
But it's made by iWorks.
Yeah,
and
kind of Disney.
iWorks, so it's directed by, I forget her name, but her father is one of the interviewees, and his father was was the person that came up with WED, the Walt Disney, the Imagineering with Disney. So it is Disney. It's very corporate, and because of that, I think there's things that they're glossing over. So the trouble they had with the first part with the unions and the strikes is glossed over in one sentence. The problem they had in Disneyland Paris, it's touched on a bit more, but it is kind of glossed over. So that's all I would like. I'd like a slightly more.
But then you wouldn't get that with an in-house, side house production.
That's my problem. That these documentaries that are being made for streaming platforms now are all in-house.
They're all in-house. Yes, that's very interesting, Duncan. But I would say that if there was going to be any cons, that was the one that I was expecting you to come up with. So I'm happy with that.
Apart from that, very entertaining, and we're going to watch all 6.
Good. I highly recommend it. And actually, I didn't know that there was. So there's a main Disneyland world. I'm not sure what it is in Tokyo, in Japan, but I didn't realize there was a second one that is more water themed. And actually, on most people's lists of like the best park or best theme park, meaning the whole area, not just like the 27 of them that are in Florida and California, but actually the Sea Disney Sea World or whatever it's called in Japan, or I think it's in Japan anyway, always comes up on top, and I'd never heard of it before.
Whatever you were talking about was absolutely fascinating.
It's fine because I don't think you've got to it yet. I think that's in the next episode.
Don't spoil it. No spoilers.
No, I was just saying.
The park stay open?
Yes, spoilers. What I was saying is I didn't realise there was 2 in Japan. 2 Disney World.
No, I didn't know that, and I didn't realise that it wasn't Disney. It's kind of franchised.
It's franchised, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realise that.
What I was saying was the water one is the one that comes up on most people's list as the best one out of all of them.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know it was even a thing.
Yeah, not got to that yet.
No.
Yeah, it's well worth watching. It's called The Imagineering Story. It's all episodes are streaming now on Disney+.
I think we need one of these. We agree on something.
Please feel free to recommend something else for me to agree with you on.
Me and Toby have recommended Sex Education for about the last year.
Yeah, and I've recommended lots and lots and lots of things for you, and you've not bothered. So let's get on to last week's homework, shall we?
Took that back quickly, didn't he?
Yeah. Let's get on to last week's homework. The fantastic, in my opinion, Children of Men. Luke, what did you think of Children of Men?
Sorry, hang on the phone. Hello? Yeah, I just need to go.
Toby, what did you think of Children of Men?
So, it stars Clive Owen, who I've only ever seen in Shoot 'Em Up. I don't know if you've seen that, Duncan.
That's the only thing you've seen him in?
That I can think off the top of my head.
Okay.
Well, to be honest, if I looked at his IMDb, I'll probably see another few things that will come up. But as a film, I mean, it's set in 2027, which is interesting because it's not too far away. It's only 7 years, and it's in a world where humans are not really allowed to reproduce.
No, they can't.
They can't. Sorry.
Yeah.
And it just has a very kind of weird thing about it, but as a film, I mean, I like that it was London. I like that it was set in England, which is different. But as a film, I mean, you've got some great people in there like Michael Caine, and you've got I can't remember her name.
Julianne Moore. Yes,
Julianne Moore in it as well. But no, as a film, it's a little bit depressing.
Oh, it's very depressing. I never said it was cheerful.
Yeah, quite depressing.
It's incredibly depressing.
Yeah.
But didn't you think that, considering it was made all those years ago, it seems even more relevant now than it did back then?
It does. And like there's little things like when he goes into his office, the computer screens and stuff. I mean, we're not there yet, but just when was it made again? It was 2000.
About 10 years ago, something like that.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it's not. It holds up quite well, like you said.
Very
There's an amazing scene towards the end of the film where it's all one shot, and I really enjoyed that. But as a film overall, I did enjoy the story. I did
Too
enjoy
depressing.
it. I did enjoy it. It was very depressing.
It is very depressing. But I think as a piece of filmmaking, the scene in the car as well, where
that was very good.
Is a scene, is a chase scene. Well, it starts off not as a chase scene, just them driving along, turns into a reverse chase scene with people getting shot and knocked off bikes, with the camera in the car and turning around and never leaving, and then eventually getting out of the car at the end of the chase with one of the characters. Yeah, it's an incredible piece of filmmaking. Really good
long takes.
Yes.
Yeah, which is amazing. No, I did really enjoy it. I just think it was quite depressed.
Yeah, I probably should have mentioned that, we're in the middle of a pandemic and it is quite... Because it's...
I didn't watch it now.
Long story short, I won't ruin it. There's a woman who's... Obviously, you can't get pregnant in this world, and there's a woman that's got pregnant, and they're trying to keep her away from authority and trying to keep her safe and trying to keep her on the down low, and it's just... Yeah, it's just a bit stressful and depressing, really. That's... but as a film, I did enjoy it, but yeah, it was quite depressing.
Okay.
Go on.
But watch it, Luke, because
did you rewatch
it? I will watch it.
Duncan, did you rewatch it or?
No, I watched it last week, and that was the first time I watched it since it was released.
Right.
And that's when I realised, after watching it the second time, I thought, no, that's in my top 10 films of all time.
And
really?
It's depressing. That makes so much sense.
Even just from a sheer filmmaking point of view,
okay.
the way it's shot. And yes, that final scene in the village by the sea where they're trying to get to the boat, which is quite reminiscent of 1917. The way it's filmed.
That's exactly what I thought.
It's not one really long take. It's like 1917. They've edited it, but it's edited so well that
it is.
It's another film where, like 1917, where you if you notice how long the take is, and every time they go around the corner and there's hundreds of extras and there's fighting and things being blown up, you think, crikey, just to marshal all this to get it to work must have been
the timing and
yeah. But it's well worth watching. It's called Children of Men, and it is out now and available to stream on Netflix.
Very nice.
Also, the film 13th. Why are you laughing?
No, you dropped out, but you're back.
You dipped out, but you're back. Go on. 13th.
13th. It's Ava DuVernay's Oscar winning, if not Oscar nominated, documentary, which is basically about the 13th Amendment, which is there's an amendment in the Constitution which says people are not allowed to be slaves unless they are imprisoned. So it's about the way America has moved slavery from slaves to the people in prison are basically slaves, how they're used for slave labour. It's a fascinating documentary. It's quite depressing. I think the final expert who speaks says the line, people these days say, how did people live in the times of slavery? How would, if I lived in those times, I wouldn't let that go on. I would have said something, surely, how does it happen? And he says, in reality, we are living in that time now. And we're not saying anything. It's a really, really... It's only an hour and a half long. It's a fascinating documentary. It will shock you more than anything, I think. But it is, absolutely fascinating. It's called 13th. It's about the 13th Amendment, and it's available now.
On Netflix.
We still have... Have I gone again?
No,
you're back.
Oh, okay. We still have reviews of Snowpiercer and 7500 to come. Welcome back to Monday Movies here on Wycombe Sound. After the news at 8 o'clock, Chatsworth will be here with Colin Besley, and he joins us now. Hello, Colin.
Very good evening. Very good evening. I just got to wait for the applause. That was nice.
Always wait for the applause.
Didn't want to talk over the applause. No,
how are you, Colin?
I'm really good. How are you? You must be really pleased that films are coming back, or cinemas, should I say?
Yes, I am. Although they're coming back when I'm going back to work. So why they couldn't have just kept one screen open for the last 3 months for me to watch whatever I wanted? That
your own personal screen.
His own
exactly.
Personal. Oh, God, could
that
you
would
imagine?
have been nice. I am slightly worried that Cineworld are saying that masks aren't compulsory. So I'm slightly worried about that. But then I'm expecting I'm miserable. I'm expecting a second spike, and we're going to start all over again.
Oh, it must be some films to be excited about, though, coming out in...
Oh, there are, yes. Mulan is out in July, as is Tenet.
But I'm not excited about Mulan because there's no singing in it.
No one's talking to you, Mr. Davis.
okay,
Me and
bye.
Colin are having a private conversation. Yes, and Christopher Nolan's new film Tenet is the big one. That's out on the 20-something, I think.
Wow, movie programme.
July. Yeah, it's good. So, yeah, lots to look forward to.
Absolutely.
Like your show, Colin.
Like your show,
I'd
Colin.
look forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. It's always good. My show, isn't it?
Yeah, what's coming up?
Sorry, I didn't realise you brought your trumpet with you.
I couldn't really knock it, could I? I wouldn't bother listening to my show.
really, really bad plugging. Yeah, it's terrible. Don't listen to it.
If you've got something else to do, I'd do that.
What's on your show tonight, Colin?
Well, I thought being a sort of a June evening, I thought I'd take the opportunity to look ahead.
Off.
Yeah, exactly. Look ahead to some of the top interviews we have coming up, because as comedy returns, we'll be speaking to some top comedians, including. What should I tell you, or should I wait till I'll reveal later?
Give us a clue.
Give us a clue, yeah. Tease.
Tell us one of their jokes.
She's a female comedian.
Oh.
She has a similar name to someone who has a song in the charts currently, or maybe more than one song in the charts.
Lady Gaga?
Dua Lipa.
No, that's
Mandy
sort of,
Goo Goo.
that sort of genre. Oh, that sort of genre.
Genre?
Yeah, that's what.
Genre.
Yeah.
Genre.
I've never heard anyone call it genre before.
No, I sort of deliberately did that.
Oh, I see, that was comedy.
It's comedy.
Almost, nearly.
It's lost on us, Luke.
Of course.
What's your name?
Colin.
Colin, yeah, that's right.
It says it on the screen. If you just look below.
Oh, yeah, look, there you go. Colin.
Colin,
Hi.
yeah, well done.
Is
Yeah,
that it?
and some excellent music as well.
But he's stolen
Borrowed
for
from
drive time.
Yeah.
Everyone
Probably
steals
stolen.
stuff from Drive Time. Breakfast Banger is always stolen from Drive Time.
It is this
so
week, yeah.
I wouldn't worry about
No.
it. Yeah.
Inspired by, I think, is a better way to put it.
No,
isn't it?
definitely stolen on
No,
the
stolen.
Breakfast Banger, yeah.
Yeah,
Just-
absolutely.
Just nicked.
Excellent. So, Chatsworth after the news at 8 o'clock. Colin, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good rest
Thanks,
of your
Colin.
program. Thank you. Good night. You've been a great crowd.
No, you've been a great crowd.
You have been fantastic.
Just me. I can't be a crowd on my own, can I? I could, actually. I probably could.
Could you? Yeah.
Maybe.
These days with
They
digital
say
technology.
three's a crowd, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
Two's not a crowd.
Two and below is not.
No.
No, two's just fun. Anyway, thank you, Colin.
On that note,
On that note,
bye-bye.
we'll finish off with what we've been watching.
What we've been watching.
Oh, there he is. There we go. Two more things just quickly to go through. Snowpiercer, which is the TV series on Netflix, which is the version of Bong Joon-ho's film Snowpiercer. So Bong Joon-ho made Parasite and Okja made a film Snowpiercer that was, well, it was released about 4 or 5 years ago, never came out in the UK. It's now available to stream. Netflix have made a 8-part TV series of it. It's about a 1,000 carriage train that is circumnavigating the globe with all the remaining humanity on it after an apocalypse.
Right.
And it's a version of J.G. Ballard's High Rise, which was about a tower block that had all the rich people at the top and all the poor people at the bottom. This has got all the high-class people at the front until you get to the tail of the train where the poor people are living as like a slum.
Right.
And the film was about the people at the back trying to get to the front. And it's about class warfare. And that's what it is, a satire on class warfare. The TV series seems to be about a crime that's been committed at the front of the train, and for some reason the only person they think who can solve it is a policeman who is actually in the back of the train in the low class area, and they bring him to the front to try and solve the crime. So it's turned what was a social satire into a kind of police procedural, and you don't really see the point of it.
Right,
so
okay.
I've stopped watching after 5 episodes. I'm not going to
Out of
finish
how
it
many?
off.
Wow.
There's only 8, and I really can't be bothered to watch the
Wow,
final
even
3.
the last 3.
And I love the film is fantastic. The film stars John Hurt, Chris Evans, Tilda Swinton. It's a brilliant film. And also because it's a 1.5 hour film, you don't think too much about the logistics of the train. Whereas once you're 5 episodes in, you start thinking, well, hang on, how's that supposed to be working? So it's not working for me. It stars Jennifer Connelly. She's the only big name. Oh, and David Diggs, who is musical theatre, was in Hamilton.
You're on the wrong tracks.
Right. Was that comedy?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good that we know. So it's Snowpiercer. Only 6 episodes available at the moment. They're releasing them one a week, and it's on Netflix.
Very nice. Talking of Hamilton, that's out on Disney Plus.
Disney
2
Plus on the
weeks.
3rd of July, if you want
Yeah.
to see Hamilton. Yes, I will be watching it, although I'm not looking forward to it.
Why is that?
It's one musical that I've looked at clips and heard songs that I've got no... what's the word?
I don't know.
No interest in whatsoever.
Because it's about American history.
No, just because I think it just looks incredibly annoying.
Wow, okay. I have
But-
to say, one of the songs, You'll Be Back, very good.
Will I?
Yeah, you will.
Okay, good. No, it just doesn't interest me in the slightest.
I agree, but I am looking forward to seeing it.
I'm looking forward to the
Because-
fact that I can watch it on Disney Plus and I don't have to pay £100 for a ticket.
and
Yeah,
queue up for 3 days.
exactly.
I'm intrigued because everyone who's seen the actual performance has come back and said it's absolutely amazing. So you
The only
might.
person I know that hasn't is Frank Skinner. On his radio show, he said it was one of the most tedious nights of his life.
Wow, okay.
Jeez. Well, I can't say anything. I haven't seen it, but it'd be interesting just because you've got such low expectations. It'll be interesting to see
Yeah.
what you think of it.
Yes.
Keep them low. Keep them low.
Keep
Keep
them
them
low.
low. Keep them on the down low.
We could have a review from a musical reviewer.
We could get Amy in from
Yeah.
Amy's musical soundtracks Wednesday nights, 8:00. 7 o'clock on. Do you know what? I was almost going to say BBC Two for some reason. And I've got no idea
You would
why.
love that. Yeah.
Soon. That's because I think that's where she should
She's
be.
going. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
BBC Two.
You've ruined this.
Yeah,
this
why
prize,
not?
but, yeah.
We'll get Amy on. She's not watched it, has she? She's not seen it.
No, she's not seen it.
Right.
But was looking forward to, I think, to see it.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll do that. We'll get her on.
Nice.
Next week. No. No, the week after.
Week after. Okay.
Because it comes out next Friday.
Right. So yes, the week after.
So
Right.
2 weeks' time, we'll have a special guest. Toby, you cut. Just kidding. And the
Is he?
final thing... No, I'm not kidding at all. Final thing I've been watching is a new film on Amazon Prime, and it's 7500. Not 7,500, as some people are calling it. It's about a plane, but it's not the height. 7500 is the code...
the squawk code.
For terror attack.
Yeah, it's a squawk code.
So this squawk,
Yeah.
you say?
Squawk code.
No, good. Look at you. How do you know that?
Just call me Captain Davis.
Call you who?
Captain Davis.
Oh, okay. Good. Lovely. So this is a new film. It's on Amazon Prime. It stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He's the co-pilot of a plane that is flying from Berlin to Paris. He's got a pilot with him. His girlfriend is on the plane as well because she's a flight attendant. There are 80 passengers, and unbeknownst to the pilots, 3 of them are terrorists.
Right.
Now, the first 5 minutes of the film is closed circuit television, CCTV from the airport, where you see the 3 terrorists going around in the duty free and stuff like that. Once you get on the plane, the camera is in the cockpit with the pilot and the co-pilot, and it doesn't leave for an hour and a half. So the whole film is almost told in real time. It's not quite, but it's as good as told in real time. And it's all set within the cockpit.
There's not a lot of room in that.
Not a lot of room at all. And also makes good use of the little screen where they can see just outside the door.
Oh, right. Okay.
As the terror attack takes place. So for the first half, it's really good and it's really tense and it's really quite nail biting. They make good use of the space. There's no music throughout the whole film, which makes it even more realistic.
Yeah.
And the thing that sort of acts as a soundtrack is the banging on the door as they're trying to get in. Through a lot of the film, there's a constant banging on the door, and that sort of acts as the soundtrack. But I found not having a musical score made it slightly more real.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because why would there be music?
Lady Gaga starts playing, would it make sense?
Yeah. Unfortunately, around the halfway mark, it turns into when one of the terrorists is actually in the cockpit with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Spoilers.
And they're trying to he's trying to befriend him, and it turns into more of a cat and mouse kind of thriller. Doesn't work quite as well. But you realise why they did it, because it didn't really have anywhere to go once it gets to that point. They had to do something.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a lot else for them to do. But as a calling card, it's the first film by director Patrick Vollrath, who's a German director, and this is kind of his calling card. And I wouldn't be surprised if people like Marvel, DC are looking at that thinking, wow, that if he can do that with like one camera, any cast in an enclosed space, imagine what he could do if we gave him, a big budget.
Yeah.
So it's worth watching.
Is there any space for cuts?
Is there any space for cuts?
Because it's in the cockpit, there's no, like for example, 1917. Is it one continuous shot?
No. It's no, lots of cuts.
Oh right, okay. Sorry, I thought it was just one camera in the cockpit.
No, apparently not. No,
apparently not.
No,
okay. One camera.
Toby. Toby does sentences through word pictures.
Duncan, you still there?
I'm back now, I think.
Welcome back.
So, no, I was just saying, sorry, when you said it was the cameras only in the cockpit, for some reason I thought it was one camera in the cockpit, continuous. But
No. It is kind of in real time, but not one take, but no. But it is it's not very good, but it's good enough for a free watch on Amazon Prime.
Nice.
So that is out now. So
Yeah.
that's very exciting. Something very exciting, because week we're all going to watch the same thing.
It's a shame that he's breaking up when he's telling us what we're going to have to watch, isn't it? So annoying, isn't it?
I have watched something else. Sorry, I forgot to say.
Go for it.
On Amazon Prime, and it's called Game Night. And
this came out a couple of years ago, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. I highly recommend this film. It's a comedy, and it kind of starts, and I thought, oh right, it's just going to be the same as other comedies, and but actually, the jokes are really funny. It's very fast paced. Great characters.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, hello. You're talking about Game Night, I know.
Yeah,
Game Night. Yeah, there's out there. There is a twist at the end without ruining it, but which I did not see coming. But I think the characters are great, and it really did make me laugh.
I remember seeing the trailer, going, "Oh, this looks really good," and then I saw it on Amazon Prime as a little picture of this is available now, and going, I might watch that. But Duncan's shaking his head, which means that he completely disagrees with me. So now we pass over to Duncan Tripp, who's going to tell us why we're all wrong. Duncan.
I agree with Toby. It's absolutely brilliant.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
It is. It's a genuinely funny comedy, which is unusual.
Might watch it.
I went in with, kind of like a turned up nose. So I just thought, it's going to be, every other comedy, the same kind of jokes.
I've got the name of a good plastic surgeon if you need.
But no, I think because I thought it was going to go in one direction and it went in the complete opposite direction. I just thought it was really, really good. I thought it was really, really funny. Yeah, I mean, Jason Bateman, who's one of my favourite actors, he was in it, and Rachel McAdams is in it, and yeah, it's just really, really, really funny.
You seem to have a bit of a thing with Jason Bateman. He is your
he's your David Tennant. Yeah.
I don't know. I just think he's a very good actor, and he just, I don't know. I just think I would like to meet him.
All right, calm down.
I would also like to meet David Tennant, but there we go.
All right, well, come on, we've all had a drink. Come on, let's just call it a day, shall we? Crikey, lockdown has got to you two.
He just seems like a cool guy.
I'm sure he does.
Fair, he does, yeah.
I'm sure he does.
He just seems like a normal guy. So,
okay.
But no, I just highly recommend that film. If you want something to make you laugh, watch it. It's on Amazon Prime now, and it's. Well,
yes,
if you've got
I agree. Game Night is very funny, and it's also got Sharon Horgan in from Catastrophe, who's very funny.
Yeah,
she needed more Sharon Horgan, but it is very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
While we're on the subject of other things we've been watching, I did watch Skyscraper again because that is now available on Netflix.
Right,
that's what I said.
With my partner, and he just wanted something fun and action. I watched it last night. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Well.
It is an enjoyable film, apart from the unrealistic thing about it.
Well, it's about a skyscraper that's twice the size of the Burj Khalifa, and it gets on fire. So I don't think realism was one of its aims, Toby. To be honest with you,
I think The Rock. He manages to jump. What? 1,000 million feet.
1,000 million feet.
I think you're exaggerating there.
Wow.
And you leave The Rock alone, or I'll start on Jason Bateman.
No, hang on. I enjoyed the film, but I just laughed at things I shouldn't laugh, which was the. I mean, obviously, action films can be unrealistic, but it's just so unrealistic. I just found it funny.
All right.
No, but I like it. I'm not.
Oh, you liked it? Well,
I'm not.
We had no way of knowing that, did we? Good, great.
I'm not kicking it. It's an enjoyable film, but it's just
And if you're a rock fan, Rampage is also now available on Amazon Prime, which is another very silly film.
If you're a rock fan, no, you're the rock fan.
Lots of people are rock fans.
I know, but in this three of us, you are the rock fan.
Thank God you didn't say threesome, then I'd be very, very worried. Anyway, that's what we've been watching this week, which is quite a lot.
We'll talk about my other film then later on that I've seen.
No, what was your? Oh, yes.
You ignore me. It's
Okay, you got a couple of minutes. Tell us about that other fantastic film that you watched.
So the other film that I watched was called, it still is, Blended, which is from 2014, I think we decided earlier. It stars Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. It's the third film that they were in together. And Duncan's going to disagree with me when I say I really liked it.
Oh, for goodness sake.
I did. I laughed at it. I thought it was very funny. Why didn't you like it?
It was just terrible. It was just a terrible Adam Sandler comedy that I just...
No.
Yes.
I mean, some parts of it are... Actually, no, I will say this. The animal CGI that is in some of it is better than some of the Marvel stuff.
Is it?
Yes. You watch back it and they're riding emus at one point, I think, and the CGI is quite good. I really enjoyed it.
Maybe they were actually riding emus.
Maybe they were.
Who knows?
Maybe they were, but I really enjoyed it, so I don't care what you think, Duncan. Okay. I liked it.
All right, good. Well, how did you watch that?
That is available on the Netflix.
On the Netflix, we're becoming the Netflix promotion company. We should get free accounts from them. Really. I think, that's an idea. I'll email them. Yeah. We've got a review coming from Pippa as well, who's watched something, but we're going to put that in the podcast. Sorry, Pippa.
You're just doing that because she's not the programme director anymore, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, I don't have to. I might not even bother doing it. No, we will. We will have that in the podcast extras after the show. Luke and Toby, thank you very much.
Thank you, Duncan.
Thank you.
We'll be back next week when we will all be reviewing the Eurovision Song Contest, the story of Fire Saga, which is out on Netflix this week. So we will all have watched that.
Yes.
Thank you very much for listening. Coming up after the news at 8 o'clock, Colin will be here with Chatsworth. We'll be back same time, 7 o'clock next Monday here on Wycombe Sound. And cut. That was a show.
There we go.
We're back.
Oh, steady on.
No, cut that.
Yeah,
You're not with your pop star friends now.
Cut.
So we've just finished the show.
That was a good show.
It was a very good show, and I thought...
It's all right.
Oh, shush you. There's a very... The stream has finished very funnily.
Yeah.
Just...
That's not a good look, is it?
Not really, no.
That looks like a Muppet.
It does a bit, yeah.
It looks like someone's working me from behind.
Today, kids, on Sesame Street. Now,
I'd love to do Sesame Street, that'd be great.
Would you?
Today's show is brought to you by the letters F, U, C, and, I'd love to give it a go.
Now, you have a decision to make for the extras.
Okay.
Would you like a picture of something that you've not seen since the lockdown began? Picture of Marlowe, or Seagull, or Tunnel?
Something we've not seen since lockdown began. Oh, look at that.
Oh, it's nice.
That's quite good. Looks like you're there. Just turn round. Turn round.
Does it
A bit
Almost.
more.
You need to move. Oh, you can't because you're not. Yeah.
Where do I need to move?
Yeah. There you go. That's fine.
Hi,
That's
just gonna fade you up. Just gonna.
Oh, lost your
Just
arm.
gonna fade.
For the people only listening on the podcast, this is all sounding very weird. Just in case you are just listening on the podcast, this is available on YouTube and Facebook because we're zooming.
Links below.
Links below. Pointing, even though they're listening on the podcast. Doesn't work.
Hang on, I'm just gonna. Oh, it doesn't work.
No, it
Does it
doesn't
work on this side?
Anyway.
No.
No.
Moving on.
Anyway, that was a show.
That was a show.
Well
Now,
done, everybody. Well done for getting through it.
the thing that I wanted to talk
Excellent
about
stuff.
at the beginning
Yes.
of the podcast was the fact that Toby. I wanted to go into more about Toby Stubbs being a video rock star and not being cut from something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And also to play a little bit of the song, because you definitely have heard of Nothing But Thieves, Duncan.
Okay. Prove it.
Because when did Amsterdam come out, Toby? Let's put you on the spot.
2017.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Maybe before that. No, sorry, 2014.
pretty sure it was single of the week at some point. I'll go into it. It's got about an hour intro. I would even say that you probably played it on your show. I can see Toby about to drum to it. No?
No. Can't say I've heard of it.
Oh, it's a very good song.
Okay.
It does
Very
have
good.
the world's longest intro
both
and
their
outro.
albums are great.
Yeah, I need to listen to more of those, actually.
Good.
I think they've got a new song coming out next week. New album out next year. So,
Oh, there we go. But yeah, so Toby features in the music video, which looks... Here he
Yeah.
is, now. There we go. So, in it. He's famous.
thanks. Well, not famous, but...
To us two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
No,
You're
not
famous.
to me.
Also, Duncan, something else that we mentioned. Have you thought of a film that they could use for, or a song they could use for Mamma Mia 3?
Oh, I've been thinking about that. No.
You liar. No, you haven't.
Let's come to that at the end.
Okay.
Let's come to that at the end.
Should we do the top 10?
Yeah, we have a mystery top 10.
Tell us about it.
Okay.
It's just a mystery top 10, and
What is it?
it's somebody's top 10.
Who is the somebody?
Well, that's what you got to guess.
Right.
Is
okay.
it Clinton's?
Oh no, that would be Harry Potter. Well, the first 8 would be Harry Potter. Probably. I don't know what number. I'll have to maybe get his for next week.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway,
I love
mystery
the fact that last week you said we're not doing top 10s anymore, and we've
No,
had a
but-
week off.
I know, and I just thought, let's do this. So number 10, Meet Me in St. Louis, the classic musical
film.
with Judy Garland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ding, 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 goes a trolley.
Yeah.
That one.
Meet me in...
Number 9, Stepmother,
Right.
Julia Roberts and somebody else.
I feel like this is going to have a joke at the end.
Weepy. No. Number 8, The Holiday, that
yeah,
classic,
I've seen that.
terrible Christmas film with Kate Winslet and Jude Law.
Wow, you're so happy, aren't you?
Number 7's Calamity Jane, Doris Day.
I think I know who this is. Oh, no.
Crack away.
Actually, I said I think I know who this is, but I thought that would be higher, but carry on.
Okay, who do you think this is?
No, I'll
Who's
tell you at the end. Do we all know
Well,
this?
because then you can try and guess what's
Okay.
top 6.
Is it? No, because I wouldn't know. Is it Sally?
It is Sally's
It is
top
Sally.
10. Yes.
Okay, I'm shocked. I thought Calamity Jane would be at the top because she loves that.
No. Well,
She doesn't think it's a reverse one, does she?
No, I'm not sure she understood the concept of top 10. I'll explain why at the end.
Okay.
Number 6. Any guesses what else could be in the top 10?
I was
by the way?
going along going, Sally likes all of these films.
Any guesses what else could be in her top 10?
No, because I thought Calamity Jane would be at the top. Minions, is that in there somewhere?
No. There's a theme going through all of them.
Old films.
No, that's not the theme. I mean, it's the girliest girly top 10
Oh,
you
okay,
could ever. Number 6, Singing in the Rain.
Yeah. I think she's
number
got this in the wrong order.
Number 5, Beaches.
Yeah, she
The
did like
classic
that, yeah.
Weepy with Bette
Yeah,
Midler.
she loves a good one.
Number 4 is Working Girl.
Yeah.
Classic 80s rom-com, Harrison Ford and Sigourney Weaver. Number 3, The Lake House. Very strange romantic film with Sandra Bullock, I think, and Keanu Reeves.
Is that the one where she's forgotten her memory?
I think it's the one where they're both living in different times.
Yes, okay.
Number 2, Stella, which is another Bette Midler Weepy. And number 1, Safe Haven, which I had to look up. I think it's based on a Nicholas Sparks novel, I think.
What was her 10?
Meet Me in St. Louis.
I reckon that she's got... I reckon they're in the wrong order. I reckon 10 was meant to be her favourite film.
Well, I tell you, I asked her for them, and she sent me on a WhatsApp, numbered 1 to 10. And at the start, she says, "Hi, Duncan, here are some of my top 10. And I went back to her and I said, "Sam, is there more than 10?" And she hasn't replied to me. But that was her top 10.
Can I phone her now? I reckon 10 is
Yeah, of
actually
course.
her favourite.
Okay.
Okay.
It'd be quite hilarious if she doesn't realise the numbers on a chart go from 1 to 10, not from 10 to 1.
Yeah, okay.
Are we going to hear this phone call?
You should be able to hear it, but I don't know if she'll hear you. Hello, you are live on the Monday Movies podcast. Do not swear.
Okay.
We've just gone through your top 10.
Yeah.
I've got a question for you.
What's that?
Is what was 10, Duncan?
Number 10 was Meet Me in St. Louis.
Now, is that your all-time favourite film?
What it was,
Yeah.
I couldn't pick 10 of my top favourite films, and I thought if I put certain ones in, you'd know who it was straight away.
Yeah, I did, by the way.
I thought you might.
Yeah.
Meet Me in St. Louis is in there. It's in my top 10.
So these are just 10 of your favourite films. They're not necessarily in order.
No, because I thought
Right.
if I put them in order, you'd get them straight away.
Tell us you did put them in order because you numbered them.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, because I would have thought that Calamity Jane would have been your number one.
I think it would either be that or Meet Me in St. Louis.
Right.
I love both of those.
Okay, well you've answered the question that I thought that was correct. So thank you.
But then again, if I put Calamity Jane and Meet Me in St. Louis, I was going to put Pride and Prejudice in.
Right.
You would have got them straight away.
Well, I did though.
Well.
Would you like to plug your show? When are you on?
I'm on a Saturday breakfast show, 8 till 10, and then on Sunday brunch, 10 till 12.
And what do you do on your Sunday show?
I play lots of fantastic music of different years.
Brilliant. Good. Well, thank you, Sally.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
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 That's fascinating.
So I was correct
anyway,
then.
You were correct. She didn't understand the concept of the
No,
top
I did.
10. Okay. Anyway, thank you for your top 10, Sally. If you've got a top 10 you'd like to send us, please do.
At this very address.
At this very address. We've got a review in from Pippa.
Oh.
Pippa from Breakfast.
From Breakfast.
Yes.
You stole my feature and song for feature.
Come on. Let's not get personal.
Okay.
She watched Gemini Man on Sky. This is the one with Will Smith.
What's her review?
She said, we spent ages looking through the cast list to see if Will Smith's son was in it, because she obviously thought the young Will Smith was played by Jaden Smith.
Yeah.
But it's not, of course. It's CGI, and they're
Who's
both
he?
played by Will Smith. She said she enjoyed it. I was surprised it was rated 12, but then things ain't what they used to be. Complexity of plot just right for me. Good twist at the end. Will Smith is easy to watch. So all of that is telling you that's good.
It's a terrible film.
That's all that is telling you. It's a good film,
Yeah.
isn't it? That's good. I'm loving
Yeah.
it. I enjoyed it. I like the plot.
Yeah.
She finishes with, it's not a film I bother to watch again, though.
Yeah, you hate
Shockingly,
yeah.
Shockingly, she finishes her mail by saying, I also watched Contagion on Netflix.
Yes.
It was rubbish. I mean, Pippa, I have to disagree with you wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Contagion is a fantastic film. Especially, mind you, now maybe not the best time to watch it.
Probably not. No.
Maybe a little bit too close to home.
Do you want to send her a message?
No, it's fine.
Okay, good.
It's fine. I want to keep my job. Although you're in charge now. Oh, Toby, did you know?
She's still the
Did you
managing
know,
director,
Toby?
though.
She's still the managing director, but your job is you're in charge of talent.
Is that
So,
what?
Toby, did you know that Lucas had a promotion?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
He's now the fat controller.
I look after trains.
Sorry, not fat controller. What is it? Program controller.
Program director.
Which means program director.
Thank you,
which
get
means
it
he's hiring and firing.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
I know. It means I can get rid of Duncan whenever I want to.
Yep.
That is
Hilariously,
very true.
when it was announced, me and Duncan Duncan and I, at the same time, sent a message to each other going, "You're fired."
I just assumed.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway, that's.
Thank
sorry?
you, Toby. Say that again. Duncan was talking over you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Toby.
I believe I said congratulations at some point in our conversation. I think.
Did you?
I think.
Do you want me to check?
No.
No.
Oh, you're one of these annoying people that keeps every piece of communication.
Well, yeah. I don't delete Facebook messages.
I do.
Do you?
Do you?
Of course you do.
What's he been saying?
Anyway, that's nearly it for the show. But we got to go back to ABBA and the new film, the threequel that might be coming out.
No, I feel you're building up to you've got a name.
No, I haven't. I've just got a list of ABBA songs that you got to try and fit. So
Waterloo.
Hey, depending on how it goes, could be SOS.
Exactly, yeah. So it could be Mamma Mia 3, Gimme, Gimme, Gimme a sequel.
Yeah, but then they didn't add. They just used "Here We Go Again." They didn't add any words to it.
Oh, okay.
So it's got to be. It's got to be a song that they can't. They don't add to anything.
Does your mother know?
And if it's about Cher, that would work. Does your mother know?
She's the grandmother.
Or does your
Does your grandmother know?
Yeah.
No, don't know.
Well, then you've ruined it because I can't do it without.
Well,
you
what other songs
adding
have
a
they
word.
got?
So, no, it doesn't matter. Now you spoiled it.
Okay.
He's just hungry. I think.
I think he's getting hangry.
The whole thing now.
He smelled.
Absolutely spoiled
He
it.
smelled curry for the last 3 hours and he's getting hangry.
Oh, you could just have Voulez-vous Mamma Mia, because Voulez-vous means would you like?
Yeah.
So would you like Voulez-vous Mamma Mia 3? Would you like Mamma Mia 3?
That's what they should have asked.
There you go.
Do you think people want another one?
Yes, of course they do. People love Mamma Mia.
I
love it.
The second one is brilliant. Have I mentioned that?
Yeah, you mentioned that you're slightly in love with an older lady.
Yeah, I love Julie Walters.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Her, you, and David Tennant in a room together.
Dinner. That is ultimate dinner party there.
Okay, just dinner. All right, okay.
Yes, just dinner.
Have we got anything else to add? Toby, I feel we haven't heard enough of you.
Let's cross over to Toby Cam. Go.
I don't know. What would you like me to talk about?
Anything.
Whatever.
You're the big camera at the minute. You've got the floor.
Okay. I literally can't think of anything.
Wow.
I mean, what do you want to know?
What's for dinner?
He doesn't know.
I don't actually know. I think it's just beans and eggs. And
What are you
toast.
in? I'm Celebrity Camp now.
No, I think he's in the Premier Inn.
no, it's just Monday. Can't bother to cook.
Mum and Dad are out. He's got to get his own
That's
food.
what it is.
That's all
Is that what it is? You got to get your own food.
I can't be bothered to cook tonight. I'm just
Right. I've taken you off the big cam. That was.
Oh, sorry.
So next week, are we looking forward to the Eurovision Song Contest?
Yes,
the story of
because
Will Ferrell one.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's the Will Ferrell one. It's on Netflix from the 24th. So
2 days time.
Wednesday.
Recording this. So when
very
this goes
exciting.
up.
So we'll all have watched it for next week.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, because if it's as good as the song in meaning Eurovision-y, it's going to be brilliant.
Well, it does look. It looks very silly.
Yeah, it looks very Eurovision-y.
Looks very.
And
Eurovision.
you're not a big Will Ferrell fan, are you?
No, I haven't been in the past. I've liked some things, but I'm not a huge fan.
What was the last film he was in? Was it an Anchorman?
Oh no, it was Holmes and Watson.
Oh yes, that was awful, wasn't it?
Oh,
That was absolutely dreadful.
Yeah.
Yes.
well, no, he did. What was that film he did with the skiing?
Downhill. I quite enjoyed
liked that, didn't you?
Yes, but then that's because that was made. Wasn't he was an actor for hire, and it was a couple of writers and directors that I like. This, I think, I don't know who directed Fire and Ice. Can we find that out? Let's have a look.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you've got the internet in front of you, so yeah, why don't you find out?
I've got the. Do you know I've got the whole of the internet in front of me?
You?
The whole thing.
Not just a little bit, the whole of it.
No, I got the whole of the internet is in
He's
front
got
of me.
the whole internet in his
It
hands.
is directed by David Dobkin. So hang on, let's see what he's done. What I like Will Ferrell is it when he's in films that aren't directed by his friends,
Right.
where he's got to do the job and he's got to act. I like him when he does that. So this one is directed by David Dobkin, who hasn't done
A lot.
he's done a lot. He just hasn't done any Will Ferrell films, so he's not
Okay.
in that gang. Because like the Anchorman films and the things like that, you can tell that they've been riffing and they're ad-libbing a lot, and they probably think it's hilarious when they're on set.
Yeah.
And it's not always hilarious when it gets to the screen. So that's raised my expectations for this even more.
Good.
Knowing that it's not one of his gang that's written and directed it.
Find out in the week. Well, next week.
Yeah,
to be precise.
looking forward to it.
I feel like we've been too serious on the podcast.
Why?
I just feel like everything's been very, on topic.
Okay. Let's go. Hang on. No, it's not been on
No?
topic at all. No, we've talked. No, we've talked about what Toby's having for his dinner.
Oh, yeah.
We've talked.
That's a
about,
normal thing for the podcast, though. Is
Yeah,
food.
I don't think. No, I don't. I think we've been fine. What? How do you want to end it?
Don't know. There's a plane going over somebody's house right
That's
now.
not mine.
Yeah, it's
house.
mine,
Yeah,
it's mine,
that's
it's
you.
mine.
That's not. It's not a plane. That's the private jet coming in. He said his mum and dad were out. They just come back. Just landing it.
Would you like to know where that plane has been? Okay, here's a game. We're going to end the podcast with a game,
Okay.
right? And
Yeah.
that game is, where is, let me just see if it's coming or going. Right, this plane has just taken off.
How do you know?
Magical skills. Where is it going?
But you're not in Gerrard's Cross.
No, but there's only because it's lockdown. There's only one plane over Gerrard's Cross at the minute.
Oh, okay. I'd imagine it's probably going somewhere in America.
Okay.
I think
Toby?
it's going.
Chicago.
It's going,
Chicago.
Is it going somewhere?
It's going somewhere, so it's just left Heathrow.
They're always going somewhere, Toby. Where else would it be? What else would it be doing? Just hovering.
I thought
It has to be going somewhere. That's the whole point of a flight.
I thought it was going back to Heathrow. Okay.
So going to Heathrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, coming back. Yeah.
All right,
Wait,
children.
going.
Well, yeah. Whatever.
Toby, where's it going?
Chicago.
I'm going to say Japan.
Oh, Toby wins. Closest.
Where is it then?
Beijing.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Well, as long as it's not coming from Beijing.
And currently over Watford in that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely.
There you go.
I'll tell you what, we'll finish with the question from my Wednesday night quiz that I asked you, Luke. How about this? Toby, a question for you.
Film related as well.
Okay.
Film and music related. How many female English singers have sung Bond themes?
Oh, God. Hang on.
Do, do, do,
Three?
Three you're going for.
and name them.
No.
Well, the only ones I can... Billie Eilish, Alicia Keys, Adele...
They're both American.
Yeah.
Billie Eilish and Alicia Keys are
Sorry, scrap that.
Not English.
not English.
Not English or English.
English.
No. Oh, good grief. How many female English singers?
Oh, okay. One.
Correct.
Yeah, Adele. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
See, he wasn't fooled by the Shirley Bassey or the Sheena Easton.
Yeah, he's a musician. That plane now over Potter's Bar.
How exciting.
Exeter
Well, we're going to
here.
leave Toby... we're going to leave Luke doing curtain twitching on airplanes. And Toby's going to go and fry some eggs and reheat some beans. And I'm going to have a curry.
Very
Goodbye.
nice.
Sounds good.
Have a great week. We'll be back next week on the Monday Movies podcast.
See you next week.
Goodbye.
See you next week.
Goodbye. Oh, Duncan's lost an arm. Oh, no.
Bye.
Done.